Hi everyone, so Unreal Engine 5.4 has just been released, and in this video I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't want to upgrade it. So this week, Epic released Unreal Engine 5.4 and everyone's really excited to try out, so there are lots of cool new features that are included in it, such as new PCG features, new rigging controls and modular control rig, and lots of other little fine additions to things like animation that really help improve the workflow in those areas. However, you may be tempted to upgrade your Unreal Engine version in your latest game to Unreal 5.4, but there's many reasons why you shouldn't do that. Now, it can be very tempting to make sure that your game is using the latest and greatest versions in Unreal, or any version of game engine you're using, but it isn't always the best. And it's not just because there may be some bugs still in the engine, or maybe some things not tested out fully, or some documentation is just not there yet. There's plenty of reasons in those sort of areas, but I'm more talking about the side effect of you working on a current game and wanting to upgrade to the latest version. And we saw the same problem when people were going from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 and subsequent features and versions after that too. So first of all, let's talk about why you should check out Unreal Engine 5.4. So Unreal 5.4 does come with lots of cool new features. Now, what I recommend doing is installing Unreal 5.4 and just playing with it. Now, you don't necessarily want to be making a full game with it just yet. You don't want to be converting the current game you're working on over to 5.4. You mostly just want to play around with the tools and get used to them. This especially is true because there's very little documentation or video tutorials out there for these new features. And as these features mature over different versions, their features are going to change and UI is going to change and ultimately get better over time. So you may find that you may not want to use this stuff straight away, but instead just to play around with it. And it was very tempting when people were using Unreal Engine 4 and wanted to go to Unreal Engine 5 because of Nanites and Lumen being the key new features of that engine. But it wasn't necessarily always the best case forward. If you look at many games that came out after the release of Unreal 5, they were still coming out on Unreal Engine 4, and sometimes even really early versions of Unreal Engine 4. The reason being is that these versions are far more stable and tried and tested. If the game is working in an older previous version and it doesn't need any of the new features, there's no need to update it. So my game Mimic is still using Unreal Engine 5.1, and that's because there's no features in 5.2 or beyond that the game actually requires. Sure, there are things that it could benefit from, but as for needing it, it doesn't need it. So rather than run the risk of upgrading a project to maybe a more broken build or more inefficient build, then I'm kind of hesitant to even try going to 5.4, and you should too. So if you're currently working on a game, don't feel like you're tempted to have to be in 5.4 or 5.5, depending on when you're watching this video. Instead, use this time to learn the software, learn the tools, and figure out where the best place is to use these new tools in your future projects. So when is a good time for you to use Unreal 5.4? Well, if you're looking at the feature set and you realise there's something in there that your game desperately needs, then by all means, try it out. Before upgrading your current project though, I do recommend opening up a brand new project to play about with these new tools and see how they work, and you can work on your workflow. Now that being said, I am going to be downloading and installing and using Unreal 5.4, but I won't be using it for any game projects, and it might maybe a few months or so before you start seeing video tutorials coming out with Unreal 5.4 features. And this is because I want time to play with it, time to learn, time to understand the systems, more than just say, oh, click here, click there, down, and there you go. I really want to understand the inner workings of these features and how to actually make use of them, and more importantly, when to make use of them. Okay, I don't want to be giving you just tips and advice in things that don't really apply for you or give you the wrong direction to take it in. So if you found this video useful and want to learn more about Unreal Engine, especially Unreal Engine 5.4 in the near future, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/RyanLady, link is in the description below, and your donation of just $1 a month gets you access to all our videos early before anyone else, so there's many other benefits such as Discord, voting, and also project files. So thank you so much everyone for watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.